Hey, I'm a talking dog. Subscribe?
Larry Scott is the commissioner of the Pac-12 conference, and I just want to do a little bit of I just want to praise this guy because this doesn't happen in today's era very often. From all credible reports, it looks as if when Texas A&M bolted the Big 12 was essentially done. It was cobbled together last year on with a dramatically unfair structure. Texas was sort of a cut above everybody else. They had the Longhorn Network. They weren't going to share that revenue. So, but the Big 12 desperately wanted to stay together, and when those 6 schools didn't go to the Pac-12, only one of them did, Colorado, the Big 12 holds together barely with 10 teams. But then Texas A&M, who has that big rivalry with Texas, and the state is essentially split either you're with Texas or Texas A&M. Texas A&M, they don't want to be second sisters to Texas, so they bolt. They don't like this deal because it is inherently unfair. It's a conference of unequals. So they leave, and then it seemed obvious that Oklahoma State, Texas, Texas Tech come back to the Pac-12. The regents at both Texas and Oklahoma gave their athletic directors permission to go talk to other universities, gave their presidents, permission to go talk to other conferences. So they naturally go to the Pac-12. That would make sense. They'd add those 4 teams, Texas, Texas Tech, Oklahoma State. We'd have 16 teams in the Pac-12. I want that. I'm tired of the nonsense East Coast bias against the Pac-12. I thought it'd be great to add Texas and Oklahoma, but Larry Scott, man, the commissioner, ultimately, Texas wouldn't give up the Longhorn Network. They'd share every other piece of revenue, but they wouldn't share that revenue. And Larry Scott was not going to bring in Texas and have them be different than the 15 other teams in the conference. When Colorado and Utah came in last year and they redid the TV deal and got this huge TV deal from Fox Sports with the one Pac-12 conference and these little regional networks too, UCLA and USC, they make more money. And he got those Los Angeles schools to agree to revenue sharing equally. And you can't come in and take Texas, no matter how attractive that is, bringing in the #1 football team in the country, Oklahoma, and this powerhouse in Texas, no matter how attractive that is with all the markets, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, that get added if you bring in Texas. He says no, because we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to have one team treated differently. Socialism pervades in the Pac-12, or what would have been the Pac-16. Larry Scott did the right thing. It's great. It's great. He just said no to what would have been more money, because ultimately it would have created dissent because it would have been unfair. So I love it. One more reason to root for the Pac-12.